Hello, Los Angeles Dodgers fans. We've got fresh, exclusive videos and the latest updates just for you. Before we dive in, make sure to join our channel and hit that like button. This is the best way to stay on top of all the breaking news. It's hard to find words that truly capture what Shohei Ohtani is doing right now, but Dodgers manager Dave Roberts might have just nailed it. After Ohtani smashed a clutch 3-run homer in the ninth inning to lead the Dodgers to a wild 14-11 comeback win over the Arizona Diamondbacks, Roberts compared him to one of the most iconic hitters in MLB history, Barry Bonds. Yes, that Barry Bonds, the 7-time MVP, the all-time home run king, the most feared bat in the batter's box. But for Roberts, who actually played with Bonds, what Ohtani is doing in pressure moments might even exceed what Bonds did in his prime. Think about that. This isn't just hyperbole. This is a guy who watched Bonds up close in the early 2000s now, saying that Ohtani is doing things he's never seen before, especially in the clutch. And let's be honest, when Dave Roberts talks, people listen. You could feel the seismic shift through the TV screen. This wasn't just a win, it was a memory. And once again, it was Ohtani delivering the goods. He's quickly becoming the heartbeat of this Dodgers lineup. Not just for his power, but for when that power shows up. It's one thing to hit home runs. It's another to hit those home runs. Game winners. Game changers. Ohtani's doing it all. Now, let's be real here. Barry Bonds is widely regarded as the most dangerous hitter in the history of baseball. Pitchers literally walked him with the bases loaded. That's not a myth. That's a fact. He changed the way teams pitched, managed, and played defense. But Roberts isn't just throwing out a lazy comparison. He's recognizing something deeper, the timing of greatness. Ohtani may not have Bonds' career resume just yet, but in terms of coming through when it counts, those high-leverage, nerve-rattling moments, he's right there. And that's what makes this comparison so powerful. Because when someone who's seen the best with his own eyes tells you that what you're watching now might be even more special, you pay attention. This isn't some post-game puff piece. This is validation from someone who knows the weight of those moments and the elite few who thrive in them. The thing is, Ohtani hasn't even been with the Dodgers that long. We're talking about a guy who's played just part of 2 seasons in Los Angeles, and already he's leaving a legacy of clutch. You remember that walk-off home run against the Braves on bobblehead night? You should, because it was vintage Shohei, under the lights, all eyes on him, and boom, game over. These moments are stacking up quickly. Game-tying hits, go-ahead blasts, ninth-inning dramatics. He's doing it so often that it's becoming expected. And that might be the scariest part for opposing teams. It doesn't matter if you're throwing 100 miles per hour heat or breaking off wicked sliders. If the game's on the line and Ohtani's at the plate, you might as well cue the fireworks. It's not just a hot streak. This is who he is. Let's talk about his numbers real quick, because they're absurd. Through 39 games, Ohtani is slashing .308 slash .410 slash .641. That's elite-tier production. He's got 12 home runs, 21 RBIs, 8 doubles for triples, and 10 stolen bases. 4 triples. In this era, that's rare speed and hustle. He's not just mashing baseballs into orbit. He's taking the extra base, swiping bags, and playing the game with a fire that Dodgers fans are falling in love with. And remember, this is all while he's not even pitching. He's coming off elbow surgery and still rehabbing to return to the mound in 2025. Imagine this version of Shohei with 100 miles per hour heaters and filthy splitters back in his arsenal. Yeah, terrifying. We're watching a generational player in his prime, doing things that make the game feel magical again. Friday nights when wasn't just a great game, it was historic. The Dodgers became the first team in modern MLB history to do something truly wild. Lead a game, fall behind by 3 or more runs, erase that, build a 5-run lead, then lose it again, then come back and win. That's never happened since 1901. Let that sink in. Over 120 years of baseball, and no team had ever done what the Dodgers just pulled off. And in the center of that chaos, Shohei Ohtani, leading the charge. It's like he thrives in disorder. The higher the stakes, the more he flourishes. In a game where the pitching fell apart, where Roki Sasaki gave up 5 earned runs in 4 shaky innings. It was Ohtani's bat that brought stability and, ultimately, victory. That game was a roller coaster, an emotional seesaw. One moment, you think the Dodgers are cruising. Next, they're imploding. Then, boom, Ohtani takes over and it's all flipped. That's what makes this team so dangerous. You've got a lineup filled with stars, Betts, Freeman, Muncy, but it's Shohei who's becoming the guy. The one who changes the script. The one who turns momentum into a weapon. You see it in his teammates, too. They rally around him. When he steps up in the ninth, there's this unspoken feeling he's got this. And more often than not, he does. You can't teach that. It's instinct, confidence, and raw, untouchable talent. Baseball hasn't seen this kind of nightly electricity in a long time. And it's not just fans and media noticing. Within the clubhouse, Ohtani's presence is already legendary. Quiet, focused, humble, but when the lights are brightest, he becomes a monster. That kind of duality is rare. He's not showboating or drawing attention. He lets his bat do the talking. And lately, it's been screaming. Dave Roberts, who's managed MVPs, All-Stars, and future Hall of Famers, is now looking at Ohtani and realizing this might be the best he's ever seen. Better than Mookie in 2020. Better than Seager. Even better, maybe, than Bonds in terms of clutch performance. That's not just admiration. That's awe. So what does this mean for the Dodgers moving forward? Simple. Championship expectations. With Ohtani anchoring the offense, even while not pitching, this team is built for October. And when 2025 rolls around and Shohei's back on the mound, good luck to the rest of the league. Because this isn't just a story about a guy hitting home runs. It's about a once-in-a-lifetime player redefining what's possible. A player whose presence alone can tilt the game. He's Barry Bonds with speed, with humility, with global stardom, and with that clutch gene that makes legends. In the end, comparisons to Barry Bonds aren't handed out lightly. They carry weight. They imply dominance, intimidation, and historic performance. But Shohei Ohtani isn't just chasing Bonds. He's carving out his own legacy. In a sport obsessed with numbers, history, and mythical names, Ohtani is becoming one. And if this is what he's doing in year 2 with the Dodgers, imagine what's next. The only question now is, how high can he go? Because right now, there's no ceiling, just stars, and Shohei's already among them. But before we move forward, don't forget to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest news about the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the news, so drop a comment below. In a move that's shaking up Major League Baseball, just weeks before the All-Star break, the Los Angeles Dodgers have pulled the trigger on a massive deal, acquiring All-Star left-hander Cristopher Sanchez from the Philadelphia Phillies. The trade, valued a staggering $56 million, marks one of the boldest mid-season decisions made by any front office in recent memory. Sanchez, who has been dazzling on a mound this season with a career-best ERA and a strikeout-to-walk ratio that's among the league's elite, now brings his talents to a Dodgers team already loaded with firepower. Fans are buzzing, analysts are scrambling, and the rest of the National League is officially on notice. The Dodgers aren't just pushing their chips to the center of the table. They're flipping the table over and declaring war on mediocrity. Let's talk about Sanchez for a minute, because this isn't your average pitcher trade. The Dominican-born lefty, just 27 years old, has blossomed into one of the most reliable arms in baseball. After a breakout campaign in 2024 that saw him selected to his first All-Star game, he has followed it up with an even better 2025. Armed with a deceptive sinker-slider combo and a changeup that makes veteran hitters look foolish, Sanchez has been carving through lineups with surgical precision. And it's not just about the numbers. His poise on the mound, his maturity, and his clubhouse leadership have turned heads across the league. This is a guy who was never flashy, never hyped like a top prospect, but through grit, development, and pure skill, forced his way into the spotlight. For the Dodgers, this is more than just a strategic acquisition. It's a message. A message to the league, to their fans, and frankly, to their own clubhouse. After dealing with injuries and inconsistencies in their rotation this season, adding Sanchez stabilizes their pitching staff in a big way. He slots in immediately as a top-3 starter, likely behind Tyler Glasnow and Yoshinobu Yamamoto, creating a lethal trio that can shut down even the most potent playoff lineups. The front office clearly wasn't content with just contending. They're aiming to dominate. And with this move, they're signaling that anything less than a World Series title will be a disappointment. Now, let's dive into the details of the trade itself, because this wasn't cheap. Sources close to the negotiation say the Dodgers had to part with 3 top prospects, including flame-throwing right-hander River Ryan, versatile infielder Trey Sweeney, and outfielder Josue DePaula. That's a haul. Ryan, in particular, has been considered one of the crown jewels of the Dodgers farm system, boasting a triple-digit fastball and a slider that's drawn comparisons to Jacob deGrom's. But as Dodgers president Andrew Friedman made clear in his press conference, you don't get an arm like Sanchez without giving up something significant. This is a win-now move. And it's hard to argue with that logic when the Dodgers are perched atop the NL West and eyeing another deep October run. The Phillies, on the other hand, are taking a calculated gamble. By moving Sanchez, they free up payroll flexibility while stocking their farm system with major upside. With Zach Wheeler and Aaron Nola already anchoring the rotation and top pitching prospect Mick Abel waiting in the wings, Philly appears to be betting that their current core can withstand the loss. There's also chatter that the team might use the freed-up financial space to chase a big bat before the trade deadline, especially with their offense going cold at key moments this season. In a way, both teams are doubling down on their identities. The Dodgers on star power and proven performance, the Phillies on sustainability and long-term vision. Fans in Los Angeles are understandably hyped. Within hours of the news breaking, #WelcomeSanchez was trending on social media, and Dodgers jerseys with his name were already being mocked up by excited graphic designers. There's something about adding a new ace to a team already rich with talent that energizes a fan base. It brings hope, hunger, and a new face to rally around. For a team that has come agonizingly close to another title in recent years, but hasn't sealed the deal since 2020, Sanchez could be the missing piece, the stabilizer, the gamer, the guy who shows up when it matters most. And if he lives up to expectations, he'll go down as one of the most impactful acquisitions in franchise history. But with great expectations comes great pressure. Sanchez isn't walking into a rebuilding team or a low-key market. He's entering the bright lights of Los Angeles, where every pitch will be dissected, every start scrutinized. The Dodgers fan base demands excellence, and they've been vocal about the team's postseason letdowns. Sanchez will need to be not just good, but great. He'll have to adjust to new catchers, a new coaching staff, and a new city, all in the pressure cooker that is a championship chase. It's a test of his mental toughness as much as his physical talent. But if his past few seasons are any indication, he's up to the challenge. There's also the financial angle. The $56 million remaining on his contract is fully guaranteed through 2028, and while that's a significant investment, it's also a bargain in today's market for a frontline starter. The Dodgers, flush with TV revenue and attendance dollars, can afford it. More importantly, they believe it's worth it. Sanchez's deal now joins a payroll that already includes Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Shohei Ohtani, and several other 9-figure contracts. Yet somehow, the Dodgers continue to balance spending with savvy development, a testament to one of the smartest front offices in the game. This trade, while splashy, fits right in with their long-term approach of building sustainable excellence. As the season barrels toward the second half, all eyes will be on how Sanchez integrates with his new club. The timing is critical. His first few starts will come against playoff-caliber opponents, offering an immediate litmus test. But if he pitches like he is all year, Dodgers fans can rest easy. This is a guy who thrives under pressure, who doesn't get rattled, and who's quietly built a resume that demands respect. He's not a loud personality or a media darling, but on the field, he lets his performance do the talking. And if he keeps dealing like he has been, it won't take long for LA to fall in love. In the end, this trade could very well define the 2025 season for both teams. For the Dodgers, it's an aggressive play to end a championship drought and cement their place as a modern dynasty. For the Phillies, it's a risky but potentially smart retooling that could keep their competitive window open for years. But for Christopher Sanchez, it's something even more personal, a chance to prove that he belongs on the biggest stage in the biggest moments, wearing the jersey of one of baseball's most iconic franchises. Only time will tell if this gamble pays off, but one thing's for sure, baseball just got a whole lot more interesting. That's all for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with exclusive news about the Los Angeles Dodgers, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We always appreciate your comments and feedback. See you in the next video.